What is up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream here. Now here I've got my Alliance Blood DK on the alpha, and I am currently queued up for the dungeons. I want to get both of them done here on stream, but if we can't get them done, we're still going to do quite a little bit of questing. So first thing we're going to look at though is how things are kind of changing for the Blood DK. Now, in terms of talent points, there aren't a ton of talent point changes. That being said, however, Spectral Deflection, this talent point is either going to be removed and replaced by something else, going to be reworked. What's up, Zeke? How you doing, my friend? So Spectral Deflection is going to be changed in some way. That's why it still has that, you know, at the end, not yet implemented / to be determined. So I can't really pick that talent point up right now. I don't think it's actually working if it has that noted on it. So as far as the rest of the talent points go, they're leaving everything else pretty much the same. And I do enjoy running Rune Tap. I know most people run Foul Bulwark, but I prefer a little bit of Rune Tap. Audio just came up. Yeah, what's up, man? So I'm on my Alliance DK here, on my Blood DK, and I am queued up for the dungeons. So I want to do both of the dungeons for you guys here, so you guys can see tanking. But if we can't, we're just gonna go over the changes, do some AoE pulls. You guys can see any of that. So as far as talent point goes, nothing too crazy. We've got Spectral Deflection, which is not yet implemented or going to be changed. So I would normally be running Spectral Deflection, but at a time like this where the talent point doesn't work, we're going to be running Rapid Decomposition. What's up, Demon Hunter? Other changes to Blood DKs, which there are other changes. There's gonna be the big one is gonna be we're getting this spell, but I don't know if it was always called Thoughtseize. I thought it was called Dark Simulacrum, but we're getting this steals a magic. Although before it was a little different, but this is what it is now. Steals a magic beneficial effect from a target. This effect lasts 2 minutes. Activating the spell again will transfer the effect to a friendly target. So if you're low on mages with spell steal or something, Blood DKs can replace that. Now I can't really show you how it works because you guys see at the end there, not yet implemented. So the spell is here as a placeholder, but it doesn't actually work yet. So that's a big one that we're going to be getting. And also Death's Advance. Something else that's also baseline that we're getting, which means that we can't be slowed. We're going to resist movement effects by 80% and we're immune to external knockbacks. As well as the passive, which means that we can't be slowed below 70%. Besides that, the rest of the changes aren't too huge. Like there's no changes to what cost anything have in terms of rune or anything like that. So Death Strike, it's, you know, still 45. There's, you know, not too many huge changes here as far as anything else goes. But that being said, Blood DKs feel really good. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Blood DKs feel better than Prot Warriors. I think Prot Warriors still have a little bit of figuring out to do. They still need to determine what they're gonna do with Prot Warriors. You know, they nerfed Ignore Pain, they nerfed Shield Block, they got rid of our artifact weapon ability, and for Blood DKs, the artifact weapon ability was just, you know, a little bit of leech for everyone, 15% leech for everyone, so they didn't get hit as hard. And so everything still feels relatively smooth. Let's see, let's try this rare mob here. So I'm gonna build up my bone shield and then just take her down. You guys are gonna see, well, first of all, I really like the Alliance leveling zone. It's got like all these witches and stuff, so you guys are gonna get to see all of that. Oh, we've got an extra ad over here. So yeah, you guys are gonna get to see that. The Alliance leveling area reminds me a lot of something like the Blair Witch Project. A lot. There's like witch effigies everywhere. You have to take them down. You're stuck in the woods. Whole towns are kind of like scared to even mention the name. There's witch trials. The Alliance leveling zone is a lot more engaging to me than the Horde leveling zone. I am also running Blood Tap right now just for leveling, for the sake of being able to have runes at all times whenever I'm pulling anything, and being able to do solid AoE all the time. So I am running that. But yeah, queued up for the dungeon. If you guys have any questions as far as blood decays go, right now I'm not very optimized. I'm still trying to go for the build that we have in live, because our secondary stats or anything, you know, not much has changed. So I'm trying to go for haste verse build. That's what I prefer. I know there's some people that really like mastery for the bubble on Death Strike and the healing that it provides. I prefer running a haste verse build, kind of smoothing things out. And Demon Hunter, I'm going to be trying Brewmasters. Not today, but I will be trying Brewmasters. There was something that I really wanted to do on a Brewmaster, and I want to use my level 110 boost on a Brewmaster. I feel like I need a Brewmaster now. But you guys are gonna see here, there's like, you know, graves and all these like weird spirits, and it's really interesting, the Alliance leveling zone. But yeah, blood decays can still do AoE pulls very easily, as opposed to something like Prot Warrior, where you really need to focus down one target to focus for that victory rush. Once you start getting those victory rushes, that's when you're good. But blood decays have a good time with this. Demon Hunter, that means you need to train me in the ways of Brewmaster. Yeah, I wish I could use Thoughtseize, but it's not yet implemented. It's not gonna work. Alright, let's go ahead and collect all this stuff that we need to get here. Hopefully we get our dungeon popping soon. And you guys can see the alpha servers do have quite a bit of lag. Tab targeting still all over the place. High Mountain Monk or Nightborn? Neither. Undead Monk. Undead. I made a class trial on live for monks, but we'll see. We'll see if I want to use my character boost on it. But yeah, as far as blood decays go, you guys can see that I'm not really getting hit down as hard as I was on my Prot Warrior or anything like that, given the fact that blood decays are going to retain all of their healing, all of their self-healing ability. It's going to make them very strong in terms of when you're leveling, you know, you're going to be able to do stuff like this. Like, let me just go ahead and pull all of this. Maybe this guy too, maybe this guy. You know, I'm going to be able to do stuff like this where I can just take everything down and it's not going to be an issue. You guys can see that AoE grinding on blood decays is going to be very, very easy to do. It's not, you know, and any of the cooldowns I'm using are going to be up, you know, relatively quickly, so it's no big deal. And this is, you know, with... I haven't run the dungeon at all on this tune. So I'm pulling... What was this? Maybe like 6 or 7 level 111s. Full green gear. This is... I think I've gotten 2 from quests. The Azerite neck piece isn't really leveling up or doing anything at the moment in alpha. No dungeon blues, anything. It's just, you know, coming right out of the gate. Blood Decay is OP. You're running +2s with 4 DPS, no heals at 840. Nice, man. Yeah, Blood Decay is OP, and it's retaining how OP it is. And especially when you're doing something like questing, it's just gonna make it that much easier. All of the self-healing is really paying off. And right now on my prot warrior, what I have to do when I do a big AoE pull is focus down one target, get that first victory rush proc, and then I can kind of calm down, do the rest of my pulls. But on the Blood Decay, you know, just pull everything, start to AoE it as evenly as I can. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on with this quest. I haven't done this. Let's see. Is there any change in Blood Strike? Blood self-heal is amazing. I'll let you know right now. You mean in Death Strike? So we have Heart Strike, which is, you know, your cleave. And let's go over that. Instantly strikes a target, one other nearby target. No, it's still the same. And if we stand on Death and Decay, Heart Strike cleaves up to 3 additional targets. That's still the same. Death Strike, 30% of the damage taken over the last 10 seconds. A minimum of 10% health. That is the same. The only thing that is really changing in terms of any of this stuff is the fact that you no longer have your artifact ability or your artifact weapon. So that means that those additional points that you have on improved Death Strike or anything like that, that extra, it might be like an extra 5 to 10% healing, that's not going to be around anymore because we don't have those weapons. And that's really it. Everything else is relatively the same, but it's for the better because Blood Decay feels very, very smooth. You know, I don't have any kind of stat optimization, anything like that. I'll let you guys know what my haste is 32%. It's not bad, but it's also not good. Ideally, I would want to have like 35 to 40%. So yeah, it's not doing too bad. It's definitely worse on something like my Prot Warrior, but it's still Blood Decays feel very, very good, very smooth. These big AoE pulls, you know, take no real effort, and it's a very good thing. They feel like they're ready to go. Blood Decays are ready for the new expansion, as opposed to Prot Warriors that I've played. That seems like they definitely need some work. They need someone to take a look at them. But yeah, right now 32% haste, 13 versatility. I mean, we're not talking very good stats here. Alright, let's take this guy out. Just walk away. Can we just interrupt that? Yeah, we can. Perfect. But yeah, Blood Decays are still going to be good. They still have plenty of interrupts with their Death Grip, Gorfing Grasp, Mind Freeze, Asphyxiate, anything like that. They just have really, really easy time at dealing with everything. And that's going to remain true. And the one thing that Blood Decays were lacking in current Live Legion is movement, right? All you have is Wraith Walk. Well, now you guys have the Death Advance, which means that if you activate it, you can't be slowed below 100% of normal speed. So if it's activated, you're always going to walk at your normal speed. And you're resisting movement effects by 80%. You're immune to knockbacks. And just the passive of this, you don't need to activate this at all. It's not on a cooldown. You can never go below 70% of your normal speed. So if you're ever doing, I'm trying to think of a boss fight that has like a big AoE snare that you need to move out of. The point is, you never get snared below 70%, which is going to be, it's going to be amazing. The one thing that you guys were, or that Blood DKs were kind of missing out on, was that mobility aspect. And instead of giving you guys like a ton of like sprints or anything like that, what they really did, can I interrupt that? Yeah, what they really did was they just made it so that you can't be snared. So while you don't run faster, you can't really run slower. What's up, Max? How you doing, man? So yeah, Blood DKs are going to be in a very good place, and even more so depending on what the Heart of Azeroth has for you guys. It's really going to make a difference. I'm also running Fallen Crusader right now for a little bit of self-heal and the chance at bonus strength while I'm kind of questing and gearing up. I understand that Stone Skin Gargoyle is going to be better for raids, but for right now, for leveling up, I find this to be a little bit burstier, helps me take things down a little bit better, and the heal also does help. Oh, I got a shield. Perfect. Oh, it's a trinket. But yeah, the good news is that blood hasn't been changed too much. They've only added. They haven't really nerfed anything, taken away anything. Now the only thing that does feel like they took something away is because they took away our weapon and the artifact relics and stuff. You have, and tier sets. You have stuff like Dancing Rune Weapon, Icebound Fortitude. Those bigger cooldowns are going to take longer to come back up, and that's because you don't have those relics. You don't have those extra talent points in your weapon that decrease the cooldown on it. So those cooldowns feel a little bit longer, but they're not necessarily longer. They're just true to the actual time now. There's no shortener of that. Oh, that's a big stag right there. Got your alt level to 110. You made the change on Mad Max, so now he's looking fly in his heritage armor. Nice. Nice. Which one of the two classes did you level up, Max? Also, you guys can see here a little bit of the map of Kultiras. Now, it looks like there's definitely another island and stuff over here, but I can't go. Like, if I go past this dark wall here, a giant shark comes up from the ground and eats me and kills me. So, I can't actually get past this. The shark debuff lasts 3 seconds too, so I can't get past this at all. Even though there's like other quests available over here, I can't actually go past there. So the Kultiras map seems a lot more fleshed out than the Horde one. The Horde one is specifically zoomed into one small area, and it doesn't let you zoom out or anything. So at least this one kind of lets you peek around. That being said, Kultiras out here, it actually, I like the way everything looks as well. Let me see if I can get a vantage point of the undead monk of the forest below me. I had an undead monk. That's why I like the undead monk already. The animations I think are pretty neat. I leveled up. I have an undead monk at like level 70 something or something like that. You did Lightforged Draenei. The armor fits a paladin very well. Nice. I was seeing people talk about how since Ulduar is back, the Ulduar gear fits Lightforged Draenei's really, really well. The Ulduar Paladin tier set. But yeah, this was like the enchanted woods, enchanted forest that we were under. But now we're going up here. I mean, this whole alpha area, the skyboxes look a lot better. Even the small things like the trees, they're not like the flat textures anymore. You know, everything looks a little bit better. Yeti to rumble. You have a druid on Horde side that you can do some PO for you. Oh, nice, man, nice. I might need to. There's apparently a discrepancy in the information I got in terms of like SFK, so I might need to revisit that video. So I might need some power leveling so that I can see exactly how much XP is being given. Alright, all these Yetis are going down. Hit me up? Alright, for sure, Max. Thank you, I appreciate it, man. When you created your Blood Elf Monk, they look so small but agile. Yeah, I mean, I think I just really like undeads. As much to Max's dismay, I really like undead and how they look. Now, I wish I could get rid of stuff like the ribs sticking out, or specifically the toes. The toes is what's more like, why do they have to stick out of every single boot? But I really like how undeads look. And my undead monk was an interesting guy. I'll have to show you like the transmog and stuff when we're ready for the stream of live Legion. I like my bones hanging out. There's no other way to tank. If you're gonna be taking the hits, oh, actually, let me go ahead and get these guys over here. If you're gonna be taking the hits, you might as well do it with some bones hanging out. Might as well do it with some flair. Alright, any additional Yetis? Oh, we can just pull these 3. Undead rogues were always a thing for you, so it'll always be your first choice. Nice. Hopefully you can make it to 110. I've always wanted a rogue, and I start leveling one up, and then I get really bored of it. Combo point classes are just not for me, and I've tried it over and over again, and I just can't. And while DKs, you know, they don't necessarily have combo points, it's runes. I can deal with a resource management like that because every move is going to hit the same, right? It costs 1 rune, it's going to hit the same. But on stuff like rogues, who knows what this is going to hit like? You know, if I could do it with 2 combo points, with 3, with 4, with 5, like it changes how hard everything hits. It really messes with me. Can we pull some extra Yetis? Yes, we can. Let's go over here. And make if you're gonna level up as a tank, make every pull an AoE pull. It's not gonna take you too much longer to do than a normal pull, and the benefits you get from it are a ton. You're gonna level up a lot faster. Also, using blood tap just helps me cleave that much faster as well. So for leveling, I do like it, but like if I was going to be optimized for running dungeons or running raids, definitely wouldn't be running it unless there was a reason to. Like, let's say I couldn't time my rune management right on Agrimar and I need that rune tap for the foe breaker, then I might be running something like blood tap. But just for normal runs where you can actually manage everything, it's not necessary. Go back to WoD and compare the skybox to BFA while you were leveling. Surprising how good it looks. Yeah, WoD was a very pretty expansion. Like, they did a lot of really good things with textures, with skyboxes. The downfall of WoD was the lack of content, the content drought. But WoD was, I'll tell you what, if WoD had flying earlier than it did, and it actually had more content, WoD would have been a good expansion. I mean, not one of the best ones, not one of the worst ones. It would have been like a really solid expansion. Let's get a little bit of haste. But yeah, I'll definitely need to do like a video comparison of both. Don't you think we should be able to make new race DKs? They bridge Nazgrim back in Legion. Are you missing something? I agree. I think there should be a few more races added to DK. But they seem to be a little bit... I don't want to use the word stingy, but more like reluctant. They seem to be a little more reluctant on adding certain classes, right? Paladins and DKs seem to be those two classes that they're always really reluctant to add new races to. It's like they don't know if they want to, and it kind of sucks. They added the Draenei, the Lightforged Draenei, just because they're already Draenei. But like regular Tauren can be Paladins, but the High Mountain Tauren can't. They're really reluctant with those two classes for some reason. Just those two. I can't interrupt it. But yeah, there's a few class combinations that I think can make sense, but they're always really reluctant for those two in particular. Horde side got hosed on pally races. Yeah, as much as you dislike undeads, I don't see why an undead couldn't have been a pally and now is resurrected. Although I guess a resurrected paladin is a death knight. I don't see why they still can't maintain the status of paladin. Secret passage found. Pull on the torch. Nice. What is going on here? Oh, this is kind of neat. I haven't done the well, I haven't finished any of the leveling zones, but this is my first time through the Alliance one. Those guys look kind of neat. Looks like they have a shield and a mace. Hopefully they don't wake up right behind me and start beating me up. Although they probably will. I don't know what's going on here. What am I supposed to do? Oh, I was supposed to talk to her after opening the package. I mean the passage. I'm not supposed to be in here yet. Whoops. We need a healer to queue up for this. It seems like the queue times are a little bit longer on Alliance 2 for the alpha. Oh, I thought this was all attached to the house. Oh, we're getting some skybox issues there as well. There it is. Yeah, look at that. Where is it? There it is. Oh, things are very detached here. Can I go through? Oh, all right. Now, no, not like this. Let me go back into the real world. Oh, I made it. All right, I'm back to the real world. Does the alpha have a new NPC AI yet? So, can you notice it? I haven't seen any new AI yet. I see that the tab targeting system is still just as bad. But as far as like, you know, any of these guys, do they act differently? So far, no. I mean, if you're talking about the new AI system that they said that they're going to be developing for islands, I can't see it in the real world. And I can't queue up for islands. But in terms of differences that I could spot, nothing yet, man. Nothing yet. I've been running dungeons, and you know, the only thing I notice is that not every texture fits into each other. Not every model fits into each other perfectly yet. Just like right there, you know, there's like gaps and holes. But as far as the AI, nothing yet. We might have to pick these guys up. No? All right. But yeah, there's definitely still quite a bit of polishing that needs to go on this. Mostly making certain models fit together, especially in dungeons, because in dungeons it just becomes a little frustrating having certain mobs glitch out and just do evade bugging, and that's just because they're on a different plane as you are. So yeah, that needs to be polished a little bit, needs to be fixed up. What was the female undead in the starting area that refused to believe she had turned? Oh yeah, yeah, it was like somebody's wife or something. I don't remember her name. But yeah, you have to show her mirror. You have to hand her a mirror, right? To show her that she's undead. Daughter, wasn't it? It might have been. I haven't done, you know, big storyline. I haven't paid attention to big storylines since actually right now. Uh-oh. Got it. Oh. There are some new NPC models, which is I'm very happy to see, because I feel like Legion was a little bit more of the same, all these demons, all these black and green demons that we've already seen before. Like you know, I feel like this is giving us a lot of brand new models that we hadn't seen before, and I like it. But yeah, blood decays don't have any issue kind of staying alive. Oh, I can't interrupt that either. Makes my chance to hit go all the way down. I mean, I don't want to be the person who re-rolls blood decay for fashion of the month, but it sure seems like that so far. It seems like they're gonna be in a very good place. I know when Legion first launched, blood decays had a very rough start. Blood decays were not the way to be in Emerald Nightmare, but once TOV came out, once Nighthold really hit its stride, so did blood decays. And blood decays just quickly went from the bottom to the top. And by the way, hello Tulip, and hello Chaos. We shouldn't be in here. I want to go through the portal. Can I go through that portal? Tell me to jump through the portal. Ooh, blue. Nice. Oh, I need to okay, hold on. It doesn't have my rune forging yet. Can I go through this? It's definitely not what I wanted to do. Can we jump up here? Am I stuck forever? Don't let me be stuck forever. Oh, I think I see it. I think I see how to. All right. You love your blood decay even when she's scary squishy. No, they're not squishy at all right now. They're actually really good. Replacing weapons, you like really not having to replace your weapon. But the thing is, so they got rid of the weapon slot in Legion, but they replaced one weapon slot with 3 relics. So they replaced 1 with 3. So you, even though you weren't replacing your weapon, you were replacing 3 times as many items. So I'm okay. I'm welcoming the change of bringing back the weapons. I'm gonna try to see what happens if I go in here. What? I went under the textures before. Here we go. Am I just gonna fall through the world? Is that what's gonna happen? Or am I gonna discover the underwater level? Alright, we have to relaunch. Alright. Let's relaunch. I hope I can log back in. Let's see. Please let me log back in. I don't want to have to delete my tune and bring it up and bring it back. You like green, but you're glad it's over with? Yeah, me too. It's okay. We got all of our green armor. Oh, there it is. Okay. I need to go back. All of our green armor we're gonna hold on to with transmog. The anti-exploit feature. Don't you go down there. Nothing for you to see down there. Alright, let's get out of here. Safest thing to do is log out and kill your character. No, I didn't want to kill my character. I'm glad I'm back. I'm glad it didn't require me to have to just completely delete my... And I'm still in queue. That's the important part. Although the queue has been 40 minutes already. Fallen 2. Delete DK and make a paladin. I haven't made a paladin yet, so I tried to do the whole survival thing yesterday, survival hunter thing yesterday. I have no idea what I'm doing. I really need to practice on my survival hunter. And then I did a fire mage last night as well, and fire mages look good. I wish there was one or two differences in fire mages. That would make them a lot better. But fire mages was pretty cool. But up next will be paladin for sure. I accessed Blizzard's pleasure room. That was GM Island down there. I was trying to parachute in, and they said no, not today. Let me pick up the flight path too. So there's a bit of like flight paths out here. Let me see. I've only picked up 4 of them apparently, but you guys can see like the map here. This is a much better look, much better version at what we're gonna expect from Kul Tiras. So we see here like what looks like a giant boat. I'm assuming this might be like the port city that we go into. Then we have 3 separate islands. There's also this small little island over here, which I don't know if it's ever going to be used. Maybe something like Alcaz Island for a specific quest. But yeah, this is a better look at the map. It looks stylized. It looks like it's got some good old water markings on there. Did I ever see the videos of GM Island Vanilla? Yes. So way back when, during Wrath of the Lich King, I had a really old channel with a buddy of mine, and we would just make, you know, videos about whatever. And actually I made an exploit video about breaking into the old version of Outlands. All you needed was a priest with levitate and you could wall climb. So I did quite a bit of exploit videos of wall climbing. Now, wall climbing is not in the state it used to be. You can still kind of do it, but it's definitely not where it used to be. But yeah, I used to do those kind of exploits and go underneath Stormwind, go underneath Ironforge, go into the Ironforge airstrip place or whatever before flying was open. So I used to do all of that stuff. Is it true we are getting 1 Legion Legendaries as a talent? I wouldn't doubt it, but it's going to be inside the Heart of Azeroth, and right now you can't look in the Heart of Azeroth. Nothing you can do about that. No, as in this is what Blizz does when there's a known restore point instead of at the graveyard. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Check my Patreon page. You're no longer able to do community views since back in the States. We still got your back. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, Christian. Let me take a look. I also need to connect the bot. I launched it, but it wasn't talking. Okay, it's in the chat. Lillian Voss. Yes. and that storyline continues all the way through Scarlet Monastery, right? When you redeem her, I believe that's the one. Christian, I just saw your pledge, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. That's insane. Thank you, man. Thank you. So Christian is pledging to Patreon a huge amount so that I can keep donating WoW tokens. So, you know, the WoW tokens from here on out are going to be all sponsored by Christian via his donation to Patreon, and I greatly appreciate it, Christian. Also want to make sure it was your page. Yeah, Christian, I see you there. Doesn't it end in Skolo? Is that where it ended? I remember you're questing with her around the Scarlet Monastery area, and she's like jumping on the like Scarlet Warrior. She's jumping on the back of their heads and just killing them. And it looks really, really cool, but I don't remember if it ends in Skolo or if it ends... Oh, these guys look kind of cool, actually. Let's see. But yeah, I don't remember if it ends in Skolo or SM. Hey, these guys look kind of neat. Oh! Oh, I was not expecting that. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. What? I definitely like the alliance leveling area a little bit more. I feel like the Horde is more of what we've already seen. We've got the trolls. It looks very Zulamanish. It looks there's Loas. There's all sorts of things that we've seen before. There's blood sacrifice, blood rituals. But this is different. Are you gonna turn into a witch? Christian got deep. No, man, don't worry about it. I appreciate, you know, any of the help that any of you guys give me. I mean, just the support of you guys stopping by the stream and being here. And, you know, Max, you're always here modding and helping keep everything, you know, the way it should be. So I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it a lot. All right. All right, let me zoom back out a little bit here. The bone shield at the very front of the camera looks a little funny. So we're basically poking someone with a needle, a sewing needle, and that will let me know if they're a witch or not. There was an earlier part of the quest line where I was at an actual trial where they wanted to hang a witch, and they had someone that was going to be blamed for witchcraft, and they wanted to hang them. That was interesting. Oh, another one. wish it could be that Christian for you, just Chris. No, man, it's all good. I'm very, very surprised all the time at the amount of support you guys give me. Whether I just post like a regular edited video on YouTube and you guys are supporting me there, and just the amount of like to dislike ratio and the comments you guys leave behind, everything is just, it's very, very crazy to me, and I appreciate all of it. She looks like the Wicked Witch in Snow White. I think so too. And this one didn't even look that crazy. There's been a few earlier where on their hunchback there's just a ton of skulls piled up, and yeah, they look very cool. Definitely am liking this this questing area. Who that ugly witch I was fighting? Just an ugly witch, man. I'm just... So in the Alliance starting zone, what seems to be happening is there's like curses in every single town. So the towns are very isolated. You guys can see here there's like really dense forest and mountain ranges between every single zone. So what really happens is there's not one big city. There seems to be tiny villages kind of spread out, and each tiny village seems to be having a different curse or plague or famine, and you're going to them and you're trying to figure out why, and it seems to be these witches that took residence in each village, and they're kind of the ones behind this. And it's interesting. Like, there was one village that actually had 3 witches and they were all sisters. So as far as like the storyline, I am enjoying this. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy in the new gear set right here. So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying like this the Alliance questline, because the Horde one is blood trolls and blood sacrifices, and the Loa of death, which seems more along the lines of what we've seen. Like, all of this stuff looks relatively new. Like, I mean, this mountainous zone reminds me a little bit of Skyrim, but all the other stuff in the forest, it's going back to its fantasy roots. Am I doing a Mythic Plus Affix video this week? Yes, Frog Barrel. I recorded it. I got the footage for it this morning. I just need to do the editing of it. So it should be up after today's live stream. So I got to do the live stream, do a little bit more editing, and it should be up tonight. So later on tonight, it'll be up. Wasn't the Spanish Inquisition to do with witches too? It was. I mean, the Spanish Inquisition was probably driven by a religious aspect, but I can't remember. The view distance. I upped the view distance on this alpha client to see if they made any changes to it. But I mean, look at this. You guys can see kind of what I'm talking about here. We seem to be in one of the bigger forts, and even then it wasn't too dense. It seems to be more of like barracks. And then down here we have one small little farm, Everything is going to be very spread out here, and that's why it seems that there's been like this empty room for these witches to take over. And there's always these like effigies out in the trees that point towards like witchcraft, and like I said earlier, it reminds me a lot of the oh god, I can't remember the name of it now. The POV movie with the witch. Oh jeez, no, I can't remember. The Blair Witch Project. It's very reminiscent of the Blair Witch Project, especially the first town that you're in. Maybe I'll do a paladin in a little bit so you guys can see the beginning. So this is like those effigies that I'm talking about. But in the first town, they're hanging off of trees out in the woods. You guys can see like there's a raven skull on it. So it's very reminiscent of that movie to me. Which expansion numbers is the squish equivalent to? It's equivalent to Wrath of the Lich King right now, but I'm assuming by the time we get done leveling up, it'll be more along the lines of Cataclysm. But right now at level 110, I started off with about 19 to 20,000 HP. So low Wrath of the Lich King numbers. I'm assuming we're going to go through the Wrath numbers of leveling up, and then we'll do that after. The witches are straight up Disney copies. Yeah, they sure look like it. It's a great undead warrior, not the pitiful human failure. So how are both the zones as of now? They're both I like them both, but they're definitely different. Like the Zandalari troll for the Horde stuff, it's definitely something we've seen before with ZA, ZG, and that whole area. But yeah, you guys can see here like this, like there's all these trees and these like effigies and like little scrolls, and it just seems really, really interesting. This is something definitely we haven't seen. The Alliance leveling zone is something we haven't seen, but the Horde is a theme we have. Alright, let's see. We got to go into a cellar over here. It's a cool map. Are they all like that now? No, this is just the very, very zoomed out map. A normal version, if I just hit M, would be kind of zoomed in here. Or just have the actual textures. This is so back in like alpha, I mean not alpha, back in like vanilla and Burning Crusade days, there was a few websites that would map out all of the map by just scanning the textures, and they look like this. So this is just the map as it looks like with true textures, and then they'll give us the stylized one that normally when you hit map you see like a stylized version of it. Let's go into the cellar here. Oh, here it is. Huh. See, it looks like they're over here like doing some witchcraft stuff, right? Suspicious refugee. They've got an altar. Let's see what's going on down here. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm gonna get jumped. Attack my pets. Oh, there it is. You see, and then this witch has got the candles behind her and on her back. You guys can see that. Oh, there's a ritual on the ground. I don't want to step on that. Yeah, you guys can see this. It's interesting. I definitely am enjoying this questing zone. I mean, a blood DK fighting someone doing like blood rituals, that's kind of neat. But I fight for good now. So yeah, you can see like also these thralls are very common familiars that these witches have too. So there it is. Take out the witch in this empty cellar. Started your Antorus tanking adventure yesterday, first part, and yay, went very smoothly. Nice, thank you. I appreciate it. Best on YouTube, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. I'm glad you were able to tank that, because Antorus is actually really fun to tank. I'll tell you that Tomb was not nearly as fun to tank. Tomb definitely was a lot rougher around the edges for certain tanking things. Uh-oh, we've got the whole militia ready here. We're gonna go hunting for witches. All right. Gotta dress all these guys up. Nice, I'm getting my own little army here. Aren't those things dream catchers? They look a little like dream catchers, but instead of having the typical webbing in the middle, they'll have like a raven skull in the middle. So I believe the thought process might be similar, although I'm not too familiar in the ways of the Wiccans. What was the main difference in item level between your main and a fresh 110 alt? I haven't been able to copy over a main. But from what I've heard, the green gear here that they give us, so the item level, 185 gear, this is around LFR to normal Antorus. So they're giving us that. So if you're heroic Antorus gear or better, you're gonna maintain your gear for maybe like three or four levels. Given the fact that you're gonna have a tier set bonus, maybe more, maybe like 5 or 6. But yeah, this should be like LFR normal Antorus. Alright, let's see. What do we want here? Neither one of these is very great. How are all these random people getting alpha invites? Did I do the splits over a golf ball for a Blizzard employee or something? Not over a golf ball. Still dungeon drops would be better than mythic gear. Yeah, it depends on... Oh, that's how people ride horses now. That's what we're doing. Got it. Alright. Oh, we can go up here. Your PC is about to explode. Oh yeah, yeah, Wowhead has a lot of issues with you know, showing you so many advertisements that it really eats up your CPU. But yeah, dungeon drops should be better than mythic gear. Yeah, so the item level here, the greens that they give you should be maybe like equivalent to 920, something like that. Alright, let's see. What do we got to do here? Let's pick up another quest here from this ghost that's dying. So no answer. Figures. I did give you an answer. I said not a golf ball. I don't think you want me to draw you a picture. I can't do it on this website at least. I'll get demonetized if I tell you what I did with a Blizzard employee to get this alpha. Trinket will replace your 1k Pantheon. Yeah, we'll see what replaces that. I mean, the proc on the Pantheons is decent enough, but the thing is, they also limited the big proc to only happen in Antorus, so that's the way that they got around that. So something will eventually replace it because that proc is just, you know, non-existent. All right, let's see. Let's take care of these little spirits here. And how's this dungeon coming along? We still need a healer. We might have better luck logging onto a paladin and just being the healer. Isaac, sending your bobs. Do macros work in alpha? Yes, they do. So I don't have any macros for my DK, but they do work. I have one for my warrior, where I do intercept and heroic leap in the same button, so that if my intercept is down, it's out of charges because it has 2 charges. Then it'll use my heroic leap instead. So yeah, they do work. Do I need to take this guy down? I do not. And I don't understand why I'm still in combat after all this time. Alright, let's just go over here, turn in our quest. The one thing that I haven't been able to get to work is very many add-ons. I still need to try a lot more of them. Maybe the simpler ones will work, but yeah, no add-ons working yet. You were going to say to use D&D cursor macro, so it's a 1-button press. The thing is, right now with the alpha, every now and then there's an overlay bug where your mouse cursor disappears, but it's still there. You just can't see the, you know, whether it's the sword or the hand. You just can't see it. So when that happens, the only thing you have is the placement cursor of stuff like Death and Decay. So every now and then you need to do it, and you can't do a /reload UI to get it back. You have to completely quit the client and launch back in. And I had that happen to me in the middle of the dungeon on my warrior. So I'd much rather have you know, just the placement texture, just in case it happens. It doesn't happen that much, and the alpha did get patched last night. So last night there was an update, and they added a few things, but hopefully they also fixed a few of those issues where the mouse cursor was disappearing. Let's take care of these guys. Let's see. Oh, we got a bunch of fallen defenders here. Perfect. Yeah, you guys can see like big pulls like this aren't gonna be too bad to deal with. Just keep your blood boil going, especially if you pop a dancing rune weapon to just do all of the effects, all of your diseases going off on them. Keep your D&D up whenever you can, and you should be good. Leveling up on a DK just seems a lot more painless. You don't have to wait for any lucky procs or anything. You've got everything you need. Very self-sufficient. I really wanted to do the dungeons. It doesn't seem... We've been in queue for an hour now. Alright, this might be the last fallen defender we need. It's going to be my first class to 120. Prot warrior. For sure a prot warrior. And then second to that, I might just do my prot warrior, my undead prot warrior, and then my human DK as well, just to have one of each. Or it might be my paladin. I haven't played my boomkin so much anymore, but that's definitely still up there. As far as like using my free character boost that I got for pre-ordering BFA, for right now, I think the two major contenders are a monk or a mage to receive that character boost. Is that? Huh. But yeah, either a monk or a mage. Still not sure which one. We'll see. I know Demon Hunter wants me to go with monk. You can use your at your feet macro for death and decay. Yes, yeah, that's true. I'll do that right now. Granted, it means you can't place it, but at least it streamlines it for sure. Let me do that. I've got an ad on me too. Let's see how this works. Perfect. Thank you, I appreciate that. Brewmaster barely got touched. Tanking on a Brewmaster just seems kind of fun though, having to manage. It's kind of like managing stagger. Kind of feels like right now when you have to manage your IPs in order to not over rage dump, in order to do things properly. So I like that. I like a little bit of extra management. She's still riding the horse like that. That's not how you do it. Oh, I need to examine this. After the nerfs we got in Nighthold, you did get nerfed in Nighthold because you guys were a little bit ridiculous. I mean, I remember a lot of guilds that were pushing for that heroic Tichondrius, since it was such a tight DPS check. A lot of guilds were just like, you know what? Let's just one tank it with a monk with heavy stagger, and that's all we need because heavy stagger just works that way. Let's just cheese it. So yeah, you guys did definitely receive a little slap on the wrist in Nighthold. Still arguably one of the better tanks though, because of how stagger works. And I don't think that's gonna get removed anytime soon. I think it's still Stagger's gonna keep working how Stagger works, and I think you guys are still gonna have another good expansion. I don't want to pull this guy if I don't need to. Stagger's a cool mechanic. I agree. I agree. More armor eventually suited us as well, and we were working as intended. No, back in the Nighthold days, you guys not only did the biggest thing that there was really an issue with was the fact that you guys could maintain your active mitigation up infinitely, right? You guys could like you could hop on, you could log in 20 minutes before your raid started, and then just build up like 30 minutes of your active mitigation. So at that point it was like, all right, we have to nerf active. And not only did they nerf active mitigation for you guys, they nerfed it for every tank to be a maximum of 3 times the duration of one charge. So you guys made the developers look at everyone. They were like, wait. They're doing this? All right, let's just get rid of it for everyone. Monks are here to stay. I agree. I think they're gonna have another very solid expansion. Hopefully they do a few positive changes to Prot Warriors. Blood DK seem like they're doing good right now. I've also heard that the changes to Prot Paladins are positive, but I haven't actually played them yet. But for Prot Warriors, in order to be viable in endgame, they are gonna need a few small tweaks. And hopefully the Heart of Azeroth gives us that. Uh-oh, we got a big guy. Alright, we'll take care of the small dudes first, and then we'll jump over. Oh, that hit chance. That pug life. Monks are here to stay and be the pug life tanks. Yeah, people just really need to get used to healing monks. I think that's definitely one bridge that needs to be you know, annexed somehow. If you have a guild, I think definitely addressing the issue of how monks perform with certain healers and what they should kind of be aiming for, I think would be a very, very good conversation to have. There's certain people that understand it completely. All right, we'll get some new plate legs here. Oh, we found one more DPS, guys. That's it. That's it. We're one step closer. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? I don't think I can. Nope. Aha. I was gonna jump first and then look after, but I don't have a bubble. Oh, I can't make that jump yet. I can't make the jump yet. Oh, we've also got a new quest down here as well. Got BFA Alpha today? Nice. Oh wait, you mean me or you? But yeah, we're streaming a little bit of Blood DK. Might do a little bit with the Greenstalker. Might do a little bit with the Prot Paladin. We'll see. I don't know where this Greenswalker guy is. Is there a cave underneath me? Yes, there is. Oh. Oh, that's a big boy. Alright. Oh. There it is. Easy peasy. Oh, you got BFA Alpha. Nice, man. Congratulations. And then Overwatch. Nice. Yeah, I saw that they updated the client last night. So I was thinking they're fixing some stuff and maybe round 2 of invites are going. I also have holding Alt will drop it at your feet. No Alt will drop it on cursor. Nice. I think it just got really... Okay, we're good. All the D&D chat, just a big fan of the ability. No, it's all good, man. Yeah, I've also... once you start getting into making your own macros and making your own weak auras and stuff, you just never go back. Never go back. And I know that all too well. Right now in live, I can play my Prot Warrior without weak auras. I can, you know, every now and then I'll get footage that I use for the channel, kind of like this, with the Alt-Z kind of hiding all the HUD. But for a brand new class, making my own custom weak auras to learn the class is just second to none. Second to none. So writing your own macros, I'm assuming, is very similar as well. And every now and then I'll do custom macros, but weak auras seem to affect my gameplay a lot more than the custom macros. Okay, let's just go down that way. I think a lot of these textures are very unfinished. That's why they're really rough and bumpy, and you just keep falling, taking a little bit of fall damage here and there. Let's see. Oh, jump. But yeah, you guys can see that there's a lot of empty space between the villages, which is why I think a lot of this stuff is happening. A lot of the corruption out here is happening. You want that mount? Does the power leveling got nerfed on live, Nicolas? I don't know if it changed at all, but I'm definitely going to be addressing it again. So I know Max volunteered to help me out. So I'm going to be looking at all the dungeons again, because when I was running Stockades, the buddy of mine that I was running Stockades with didn't have full BOAs. And he was getting 1.7 levels per run or so without full BOAs, without rested XP. So I don't know if any of it has been addressed. I know that there was also like a few topics on Reddit that were addressing all the power leveling. I originally started by doing raids instead of dungeons, and so I was running old Karazhan, like old level 70 Karazhan. I was gonna run right into that guy and beat him up, but that's not my quest. So yeah, I don't know if any of it has changed. I'm definitely gonna be taking another look at it, and I'm gonna be taking a look at which dungeons are gonna be giving more of that XP per hour. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a part 2 of that video where I address it. Apparently there's a binding circle here. I don't... Oh, I see it. I see it. He's in a trap. Got it. You suck at weak auras? That would be a great video on how to make a custom weak aura. For sure, I can do that. Thank you, Frank. Thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the help with the macros. Trying to get a few more people in here. Oh, we've got a few like witches and stuff. Oh, there it is. Come on, we need a little bit of health. This pull's hurting a lot more than I expected it to. Oh no, not like this. No, we've got Blood Drinker up as well, so we'll be good. Nice. These guys are all... There it is. Now let's start releasing some of these guys. Perfect. You're getting 0.4 with full BOAs at level 35. Nicholas, which one are you running? Are you Horde or Alliance? Death Strike for the win and AMS? Yes. Blood Drinker too. Blood Drinker puts in a lot of work. Literally just go into your /WA and make them off default. Work for me if you're going to try to get back into Mythic rating for BFA. Yeah, I don't do anything too crazy with weak auras. Most of the weak auras I post for you guys in terms of like class weak auras and like dungeon ones, they're nothing too extravagant. I definitely don't know how to code in Lua. You know, that's the one thing to make really fancy weak auras. Dealing with witches. Yep, right here. They also make carpets disappear. See this? See that? You get crap XP if you're below the intended dungeon level. Yes. So I know you can start RFC at level 10, but I don't think it starts giving good XP until 15. You're Horde, mage level 35. Nicholas, try Ragefire Chasm. Try RFC, especially as a mage. You can just get back there easily. Instead of SFK, try Ragefire Chasm. It might have a higher mob density than I was originally accounting for. I know RFC might be taking a little bit more time as well. There's nothing that's going to beat Stockades, unfortunately. Stockades is just going to be the best dungeon to run for power leveling. And that kind of sucks for us Hordes that is the case, but it really is. Stockades is just 4 minutes and insane mob density. But try RFC, and that's what I'm probably going to be trying next. I don't want to do anything too far like BRD or BFD or anything like that. So yeah, try that. Oh, I went down. Blood DKs cannot pull, what was that? 11 mobs? I went down. That's it. RIP Blood DKs. You just started to take an interest in coding. Yeah, I definitely need to get into it a lot more. I definitely want to make weak auras that have a lot more to them with that Lua coding. Alright, come here, witch. Come here. Ouch. Yeah, that was too much. We got it though. That was too many mobs. I don't have endgame gear yet. I'm not a Jesus Blood DK yet. It's always a shock when you do die as a Blood DK. Absolutely. I just had too many things down. You can clear Stockades in 2 minutes on your Druid. Yep. If you're not looting, you can clear Stockades in such a low amount of time. If you are looting, just because you can get some of those rare transmogs now with item scaling as a 110, then it's going to be taking you just a little bit longer, about 3 or 4 minutes. And then if you don't worry about boss fights, if you don't worry, if you just get all the trash without pulling the bosses are minimal XP, then you can, you know, speed up a little bit more. Level 112, ding on alpha. Dead Mines is crap XP till 15. Dead Mines has decent mob density. The only thing is, it doesn't have an easy reset, right? You run out the back door, you have to fly back over. I ideally wanted something that could be, you know, super easy to run through. You'll try it now, update in a couple of minutes. Alright, cool, thank you. No redemption for that Fallen Knight. Zul'Farrak is a good dungeon, but it's about 35. yes, Zul'Farrak has good mob density, especially if you prioritize which areas you do. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing another power leveling video that's a little bit more kind of in depth. Shows you kind of what areas to pull and what is just not worth your time, and just kind of just run out. I think Zul'Farrak is probably just don't clear a lot of the bosses. You can do like the troll graves are going to be decent. The area with Gajrilla is going to be decent, just because that area has decent density, and you're just going to have to like hide around the corner and take everything down. LOS everything. Per level, how long has the grind been? Let's see. Let's do a slash played. Slash played 6 hours, but I think I was AFK, so maybe like an hour and a half to 2 hours per level. An hour and a half to 2 levels. I know I was like setting up all my buttons before, setting up all of my key bindings since this is all new. So yeah, I would say 1.5 to 2 hours per level. It's looking like right now. You can get about 1 level per 2-minute runs. Oh, and the power leveling. PC gave up running on both. Oh no. About the same as Legion. It looks like it. And I don't know if everything scales like Legion, right? Because I got to this zone, everything was 111. I dinged to 112 and everything still seems to be 111. So, I mean, I would imagine that there's going to be level scaling for all of the regions, like the Kultiras region and the Zandalari Islands. And I think it's going to be a thing. However, as of right now, it's probably not implemented. There's a lot of things that are, you know, not yet implemented. Oh, Max says that bosses are a must. Listen to Max. Listen to Max. He's the one with all the alts here. All right, looks like we need to destroy more binding circles. And how's our dungeon looking? Oh, all we need is a healer now. We're so close. So close. It looks like I pulled this elite guy. So let me just reset him. And then I'll clear some of the binding circles out here. Mind if you see the map content? Not at all. I'll show you the map. So this is one of the maps. If I can get to the flight path guy, I can show you a better map. But this is one. It looks like 1 out of 3 islands. So let me clear this, and I'll show you a better map. So yeah, give me a second. Let me just clear this. And I'll run over to the flight path guy and show you a better version of the map. It looks like when you talk to the flight masters, they open up a much bigger map for you. Oh man, we got the elite guy too. We're gonna have to run away from him. He's just gonna take forever to take down. That's really what I'm more concerned about. The time to win. Alright, let's reset him, get these binding circles, and show you a better map, Chaotic. Is this guy just not going to reset? There it is. $17 at 110 now, and yes, you have legs in case you're and nope. So I'll clear these bindings and then just head over. Alright, the flight path guy is over here, so as soon as that resets, I'll mount up, show you that brand new map, what changes are on the DK. It seems like nothing for the DK. There's not much getting removed. What it seems like you're getting additions. So I'll show you right now. Let me load up this map first. So here's the flight path map. So you can see this is the island that I've shown you right here. On when I loaded up map, it shows this island. So it looks like Kultiris is going to be a hub of 3 islands. And then we have some other areas. So there might be more, right? Because we have this small little island right here off to the side. And we also, as of right now, I don't see any big major ports right now. This might be the big port right here where it seems like there's a bit of a dam or something like that. So this might be the big major port city. And then we have the 3 small islands, but I'm expecting a little bit more content. Unless they make each one of these zones, you know, have enough XP for 3 to 5 levels each. I don't think they want you to do every single quest, so each one of these zones might have 4 to 5 levels of XP. I really doubt it. That would be really compact. So yeah, there's this island. This is the one that you can play the alpha on. This island right here, but I can't get to any of the other ones. So if you see here, this is, you know, that map kind of zoomed in. There's these black walls, and I can go past them, but as soon as you go past them, you get a 4-second debuff. That at the end of the 4-second debuff, a giant shark spawns underneath you and eats you. So I can only go 4 seconds worth into any of those zones. As far as changes on a DK, they added Thoughtseize, which I believe used to be called like Dark Simulacrum, but Dark Simulacrum absorbed an ability coming in and then you could use it. This one's a little bit different. It steals a magic effect from the target and it lasts 2 minutes on you, and then you can use it on a friendly target and throw it on them. So let's say you're doing Mythic Gul'dan and you have to steal the Aegis, the Bulwark thing, and your mage is not doing it. Now this means that a Blood DK can do it. However, you see here it says NYI, that's not yet implemented, so this ability is not working. So I can't actually show you guys this ability. But they're adding this. They're also adding a little bit more to Death's Advance. Now you can't be slowed below 70% of your normal speed at all times, normal passive. And you can activate it so that you can't be slowed beneath 100% of your normal speed. And you're also going to be immune to external knockbacks. You're going to resist movement effects by 80%. So the biggest drawback that Blood DKs had was a lack of mobility. So instead of giving you guys another Wraith Walk, another charge on it, anything like that, what they're doing is instead making it so that you are more immune to snares and to roots. So while they're not making you guys faster, they're making it so that you guys have these abilities that stop you from becoming slower. It's a different approach, a different way of looking at it for sure, but it's going to serve the same purpose where your DK isn't going to feel like it's always getting snared. Your DK is not always going to feel like you're just slow all the time. And yeah, it's overall it's a positive, but it's in a different way than I think we all expected to see it. I see some binding circles over here. So yeah, those are most of the changes that I can see right now. As far as any other changes, nothing has gotten like its runic power or anything changed. Most of your abilities remain relatively the same in terms of like how they work, like Blood Drinker and Death Strike and Death and Decay. You know, your Merrowend, anything like that. It all works very similar to how it does right now in live. So not too many changes, and that's probably for a positive, just because Blood DKs are very solid right now. They started off Legion a little bit rocky. Legion didn't start off the best for Blood DKs, but they ended up becoming a lot better. So I think, you know, for the Blizzard development team, they feel like they already did their work in terms of balancing Blood DKs. All they need to do is just push that work forward. Oh, also one thing that is going away is it seems like spectral deflection is going away. I'm not sure if it's going away or getting reworked. It says not yet implemented, to be determined, right? Mauricio, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the sub. So spectral deflection is not yet implemented, to be determined. So what that means is that it's either going to be changed or it's going to get completely removed and replaced by something else. So it seems like those are the bigger changes that I can see. As far as other talent points, everything else seems the same. Recycling Jaws, that's him, man. Gets me every time. Can't wait to tank again in BFA. If you stick around, this queue might pop. I'm trying to get into one of the dungeons so I can show you guys. The very first day of the alpha, I was able to get into both dungeons within an hour. But now it seems like less people are wanting to play the dungeons and more people are just questing and leveling. So yeah, I'm trying to get into these dungeons, but I'm not sure if we'll get into one today. But the dungeons look amazing, and in terms of tanking, they really do you know, put you through some difficult times. So I definitely like the brand new dungeons. Let's get in here. I mean, this whole new zone, all these guys look really cool. You look at the model design, like they all look really cool. All these guys fighting together. Definitely a lot of really cool new models and new textures that definitely look a lot more high res. You'll be back in about 40 minutes for sure. Alright, we gotta survive this. DKs are anything but balanced. AMS can be used in like everything. I agree that AMS feels very strong, and as a prot warrior, I feel like AMS is just the better version of spell reflection, and it does kind of rub me the wrong way. That being said, if they nerfed AMS a little bit, I think people would be very upset, but I don't think anybody would absolutely like re-roll because of it. But yes, AMS is one thing that's overpowered. But Blood DK, like right now, even without the best stats, the best gear, the best secondary stats, whatever, anything like that, without the Heart of Azeroth, I still feel really good on this Blood DK. So I think Blood DKs are going to be very strong. Like my prot warrior feels clunky, and in part because my secondary stats are just not there. The leveling gear just doesn't have the secondary stats I want. So in part because of that, and in part because they increased the rage requirement of some abilities, it kind of slows us down. But Blood DKs are pretty much the same right now that they are in live. They just have added utility, which is nice. Artifact weapons are gone, yes. I'll show you right now. I'm assuming I have to kill this guy. After I kill this guy, I'll show you. That queue is for a tank, yeah. There's no one queuing up. I mean, there's no, there's no healer. I think I have to queue up as healer now. I don't think very many people are leveling as a healer, and I think that's where that's coming from. But yeah, even as a tank right now, the queue is very long. But there's not that many people in the BFA Alpha, and I'm assuming not that many people who are, I can't even interrupt that, who are playing healers to level up. Can I? Oh, I can. Only temporarily. Let's actually get a stun off on you as well. If only you could give out a key already. Oh. if I had keys to give out, I definitely would. There's, no part of me that would be like, no, I need to hold on to these. But it was hard enough getting one key. But yeah, I think if the numbers were bigger, then Blizzard might be like, hey, let's give him keys. I'm gonna let him cast it and then interrupt it as soon as he casts it, so it's on cooldown. Yeah, that seems to work a little bit better. And we can stun him as soon as he casts it as well. There it is. Just make him get that cooldown on his ability before interrupting it. Yeah, not gonna equip that. So as far as artifact weapons go, oh, I got all these guys on me. So as far as artifact weapons go and them being gone, let me show you that. So right here is just a regular green weapon. That's what I'm equipped right now. And then we've got this guy, the Heart of Azeroth. And while you're questing, like if you kill rare mobs, if you sometimes when you just kill a regular mob, they drop Azerite, and this starts leveling up. But I can't look inside of it. There's, you know, I can't do anything to look into this Heart of Azeroth. So as far as this Heart of Azeroth and what impact it's going to have on our abilities, on our talents, nobody knows yet because we can't actually peek in there. On my Prot Warrior, this is already leveled up. I have a level 5 Heart of Azeroth from running the dungeons. Because if you run a dungeon, you get some Azerite, a green rockstone. So you get some Azerite, but there's nothing you can do with it right now. Oh man, this this Banshee's hair looks really cool. That looks like the yeah, it looks like this one movie from Guillermo del Toro. That's a really cool looking Banshee. I like that texture. Definitely making things look better. Definitely. That is a very creepy looking Banshee. She's got scars on her legs too. It's interesting. Oh, and then the hair stops flowing completely when she's dead. Alright. Sometimes they just have like random placeholders indoors to stop you from going places. Earlier, there was a few textures that weren't matched up correctly and I jumped through them. Just booted me from the server. So I think they have some countermeasurements in place where you can't be certain places. Server will boot you or a shark will come up and eat you. Oh, I haven't seen a school yet. I mean, this is definitely going back to WoW's kind of fantasy looks, as opposed to Legion got a little bit more sci-fi heavy to me. At least, you know, it seemed that way with spaceships and warp speed and time travel and wormholes and all this stuff. So here we go. We have a giant witch effigy that we need to burn down. Yeah, this is very reminiscent to me of Blair Witch with all these effigies out in the woods. And there's a few like people who are all for it. There's a few people in each town that are praying for the witch and trying to bring about the second coming of the witch or whatever. I mean, look at this. You're 100% about your BFA main until you see Blood DK didn't get any nerf. What was your other choice? What were you gonna go with? Look at all these effigies. If you could pick which zone to start leveling in, I would pick Kultiras, regardless of faction. This looks a lot... We've already done the whole Zulaman thing. This is very different. Oh, it looks like RNGesus got here and he left and the screen got all dark. Looks like I'm getting beat up too. Not now. Not now. Not now. Guardian Druid. Oh, okay. I mean, Guardian Druid. I don't think Guardian Druid is ever going to be weak. Guardian Druids haven't been weak in, you know, any expansion ever. Any expansion. I think in vanilla they just, you know, couldn't keep up. But after that, like in BC, their armor multipliers were insane, and they were doing some insane just physical damage mitigation. You know, right now they're clearly at the top. There's no competition for bears. So yeah, I mean, keeping a bear is for sure going to give you a strong tank. There's no question about it. What is this little hut? Nothing. Perfect. But yeah, Blood DKs are playing very, very good. There's nothing that has really been removed. Really what they did to Blood DKs was just add a little bit more. The only thing that was really removed is your artifact, and along with that your artifact ability. So the big AoE leech that you can give raid wide, that is removed along with your Maw of the Damned. And then you also had the talent points that come along with having your artifact weapon and your traits. So you could increase the amount of healing from Death Strike, reduce the cooldown of Icebound Fortitude, reduce the cooldown of Dancing Rune Weapon. All of that stuff no longer exists because there are no relics, there are no artifact weapons. So just keep that in mind, that when it says Icebound Fortitude is a 3-minute cooldown, as of this moment it means a 3-minute cooldown. There's nothing else to reduce it to 2.5 minutes to 2 minutes, anything like that. There's not a lot of options with those cooldowns, but that also is true for Guardian Druids. Zandalar, the best mon. Sko did a video, and Sadbear is currently the weakest on Alpha. Really? Why is that? Did it really get nerfed? I don't know if there was any changes done to Guardian Druids. I've played Guardian Druid while leveling up, but at max level, I have never been interested. It just doesn't... Guardian Druid doesn't do it for me. Frenzied Regen nerfed too much. Okay, well, I mean, if their mitigation is still where it was, if Iron Fur is still as crazy as it always has been, their mitigation is just going to be insane anyway. You don't necessarily need to heal yourself. Once you're in a group, in a raid group, you know, you have dedicated people to do that. If you can mitigate a ton of that damage, if you can keep a 100% uptime on 2 stacks of Iron Fur, that's gonna do it for you a lot more than a little nerf to Frenzied Regen. It seems like most tanks got their self-healing reduced. I know that Prot Warriors, for sure, self-healing is based off of Victory Rush, which is never going to happen in raids or in dungeons. It might happen a few times, but hardly ever. So yeah, even like Prot Warriors, it seems like self-healing has gone away, except for Blood DKs. It's always been an integral portion of a Blood DK to self-heal, and that's not changing with this expansion. Increased cooldown and 25% max health regen. 25% is the most that you get per charge. Demon Hunter have the best sustain at the moment with Prot Close. I need to play a Demon Hunter as well. Alright, oh, seems like we gotta go all the way across. I don't even know if I can... Oh, I can go over there. This is the smaller map. Got it. Do we have a healer yet? Oh, that's all we need. All we need is a healer. Come on, alpha healers. I know you're out there. Alright, let's just try to run as straight of a path as we can. But I don't know if we're going to be able to get through. There's a lot of bridges and a lot of natural breaks in the terrain in Kul Tiras. Just like these floating waterfalls right here. See that? The water is down here, but we've got the floating waterfalls of Kultiras right here. One of the great 7 wonders of the world. Hi there, I know this is about blood, but have I tried frost? I have not, Timothy, so I barely jumped into the alpha with this blood decay, but I have not tried frost at all. I've tried, as far as the alpha goes so far, it's been Prot Warriors, Survival Hunter, Fire Mage, Blood Decay. That is my experience so far. So no frost yet. But that'll be coming up now that I've got the DK here. I've got them slightly leveled up. I'm level 112, getting some better gear on them. Definitely going to try frost later. A house casually on fire. There's no one in it. How is fishing? I haven't tried fishing. In fact, I don't think I even have fishing. No, I don't have fishing. I'm going to assume fishing is going to drop stuff like this. pH, placeholder, flavor relevant. I'm assuming it's going to drop placeholder fish. Yeah, there's a lot of this like placeholder stuff. You see that? Placeholder wicker beast. Placeholder wicker golem. So like placeholder flavored hag drust. So yeah, I'm waiting for that if we do fishing. Oh, looks like we're going to just go all out. Let's take them out. My army's here. You're interested to see how many artifact fishing poles will transfer over? You maxed it out. Hope it wasn't for nothing. I hope so. I hope that's the only artifact that they keep, right? Because that one took a while. I was farming for it for a while, but then I gave up. I need one more fish. One more fish in order to unlock that artifact fishing pole. And once I get that last fish and get that fishing pole, then finally I'll be able to do some decent fishing. But I definitely need to wrap that up. It's one of the fish that can appear in any of the coasts as well, so I can just go fish anywhere as far as my main goes on Legion. Oh, we still need to kill someone else in here. Better to do your DK's Mage Tower to be safe. Well, they already mentioned it. So you can, once BFA launches, you won't be able to unlock the artifact weapon skins unless you already, like, if you have the weapon skin, you can unlock the additional colors later, whenever you want. That doesn't matter. But the actual initial skin itself, the base skin, is going to be removed once BFA launches. So yes, if you want your Mage Tower skin, all you need to do is unlock that one first, and then as far as like going to go do PGs with it and killing Heroic Kill Jaden with it and all of that stuff, you don't need to worry about it. You can do that at a later time, especially one day, you know, we might be able to solo the old raids, hopefully, so you can just do it then. But you do need to unlock the initial skin before BFA goes live. That being said, you still have plenty of time. We know that BFA launches in September, so pre-patch for this is probably going to be early August, late July, to give us a little bit of time for pre-patch, and so you need to unlock it before then. You've got a good 5 months. You didn't know about that? Yeah, so you can just unlock all of the base skins, and then the colors, worry about them later. But for right now, if you want to get all of those appearances, just grind out the base skins on all your tunes. Oh, it looks like I need to loot. Oh, I can see through the world. Do I fit in here? Goodbye, Cruel World. Ah, I don't fit. I need to play a gnome. Man. Pretty sure he's sticking to his undead prot warrior right now. Yeah. How are you going to choose your main for BOA? What class feels best to play, or do you have some sort of loyalty toward class specific? I have class loyalty. As far as what role to play, I really like tanking. So, you know, regardless of what class I decide to main, it's going to be a tank. However, I really like prot warriors. There's something to me about charging into battle that I really enjoy. So for me, it's going to be a prot warrior that I level up to max level first. If they're super broken, then I might change. But even if they're not as strong as any other class, I'm perfectly okay with it, and I will learn to adapt with my prot warrior. That being said, the other classes that I am planning on are my blood DK, just like this guy right here. Also my Holy Paladin, depending on how healing is, probably Holy Pally, maybe Prot Paladin as well, and then maybe a Mage or a Monk. Only thing you must get before BFA is Mage Tower and your plus 15. You have your loyalty to the Pally Master Race. What is this? Evade. Uh-oh. Oh, does the world end there, or is it just a draw distance that's kind of a little buggy? Okay, it was just a draw distance. What is going on here? I'm an eagle named Winston. Yeah, these skyboxes look really nice. All right, where are we going? Oh no! You're gonna make me go off the map. They're gonna boot me. Here it is. The giant shark is gonna come eat me. Is this the end of the quest line for Alpha? Yes, it is. Oh, we got the dungeon! Alright, we got a dungeon. So you guys see that I said it's dangerous to go. You must turn back now. That's what happens. And at the end of that, normally the shark comes up from the ground and eats you. Someone declined the invite? Oh, it was a DPSer. Okay. But we can get the dungeon. Somebody else just has to queue up. You think you're going to max your shaman in this upcoming expansion? I've beaten BFA. That's it, guys. I got to the ending. In case you guys are wondering what the ending looks like, you fly into the clouds on an eagle, and then you just get booted back to where you were before. That's the end. I mean, I think, yeah, I still have this quest line over here. But I reached the end of the alpha. They don't want me to see what's beyond the mist over there. Like, you stay right there. Do you get any achievements in alpha? I don't believe so. Actually, it seems like... So I made this character 2 nights ago when I started getting footage. So it seems like it gave me all of... Oh, it seems only general. You guys see that? Pet battles have 1, quests have 2, but like these guys, I don't know why this is August. That's interesting. But no, it seems like most of these are just giving me, yeah, these are really old. I don't know why these, on a brand new created character, but this is the alpha. That's kind of weird. But it seems like it gave me these just by creating these characters. Yeah, but nothing, not really. No real achievements. You re-rolled to a prot warrior in like September and you've enjoyed the class really much and they haven't been top of the food chain. I really am going to argue the point. So I'm going to be making a video coming up where I am going to argue the point that prot warriors were the best tank in Antorus. But only in Antorus. Emerald Nightmare, Nighthold, Tomb of Sargeras, TOV, we were not. Guaranteed we were not. But in Antorus, there was a very specific way you could play to be the best tank. And I'm gonna be making a video on that very soon. And I don't think a lot of people are gonna agree with me, and I think a lot of people are gonna tell me to go away. But I really do believe it. You turn into an eagle, fly off into the sunset. At level 112. That's the end, guys. Level 112. Beyond the Mist in Ajara. You've been alpha beta and never got anything that transferred over in game? Yeah. You don't know about that, Max? Just wait. I'll argue the point in the video. I'll argue the point in the video. I'm gonna actually argue the point with logs and with things that actually have value, as opposed to just weird feelings of like, I really like Prot Warriors, I can play them without looking. I'll have an argument for that. That being said, I think people will still stick to their guns and have their own opinions, but there's a very specific way you can play a Prot Warrior that makes it pretty damn good. This is interesting. Can I go past? Am I gonna die? Am I gonna catch on fire? My quest is in there. Wait. Scouted. Alright, I scouted this location. Got it. I saw it. Let me in. I want to kill the things. Let me beat the things up. I should switch it up, roll a DH for BFA. Demon Hunter doesn't seem bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Demon Hunter does not seem bad. You think Blood was the best? Are we just sticking to Heroic then? Yeah, well, I never did Mythic content, so I can't necessarily speak on Mythic content, but I'll look at the numbers, and I'll try to argue that point, but I don't know if many other people are playing Prot Warrior the exact same way that I am. But yeah. You're gonna have to start streaming just to say... Is that what I did? Ah, man. Wait. Oh. Aha, we got things to spawn now. Okay. So all we need to do is get so close to the wall that it spawned humans. Nope. It's not working. I think BFA is done. I think it's done with me. I think at this point I just have to grind mobs. Expat, I appreciate the sub. I hope you are enjoying the content. That was weird. It spawned humans, but only... I don't want to pull these guys next to me. I just want to run in here. Okay, fine. Look at that. I think I need those gates to come up. Why are these guys... Huh. See, these guys are here. And they disappear. I need to be in combat to get them to spawn. This is really weird. Oh, can I get in here? All right, guys, we're gonna try this. Don't tell Blizzard I'm trying to wall jump to do things. I don't think they'd appreciate it very much. Guardian wins Legion. Yes, I agree that Guardian wins Legion, but I don't think people. I think people underestimated the Prot Warrior and everybody gave up on him. And when Antorus came out, I would argue that we're sustainably probably the better one if you have the content a little bit easier. Now on progression, I agree that on progression, Prot Warriors aren't going to be doing much for you, and Guardian Druids are going to do all the things. Oh, we got in, guys. Hacker voice, we're in. We're not supposed to be in here. I don't... Can I scout the gate from the inside? No. Alright, let's try to survive in here. I'll kill this rare elite as well. There's a rare elite somewhere. Start boar grinding and going back to Westfall. I'm gonna get the Sword of 1,000 Truths. Dungeon grinding? I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Oh, the healer left. Ah, the dungeon grind. You're gonna start streaming within the next 3 weeks? Nice, Christian. Are you gonna start it here on YouTube or over on Twitch? Do you know yet? There's a lot of competition over on Twitch. A lot of people with the whole 0 through 5 viewers, and you might get a little lost in there. A little lost in that pile. I gotta kill the Executioner. He's the rare. Alright. Let's go ahead and take him down. He's got a little bit of backup. Let's just go on top of his platform. Alright. This is a world first kill of this Executioner. Oh no, an elite mistress. Let's see if we can survive this. I don't know if we're gonna be able to survive this. I'm gonna try to pump all the big guns, try to do all the things. Try to just keep myself alive here. I used a few of my cooldowns that if I had known I would have saved. This is the first time we're gonna kill this Executioner. Got our way into this area that we're not supposed to be in. This is it. This is how you get the vanilla Ashbringer. The level 60 version of the Ashbringer is gonna drop right now. Need more runes. Oh no, this is it. This is our death. This is our death. Not like this. Not like this, Alpha. Purgatory. There it is. We pulled that elite. That's what got us. We gotta go back in there and kill this Executioner. Oh no! Are you serious? That run back. Demon Hunter tank is even easier in Alpha. This is how you get banned. It's Alpha. I'm supposed to break things. As long as I'm reporting them. Warrior was absolutely amazing until Mythic Plus showed how strong they were. Then they got nerfed to the ground, way into the ground. Yeah, Ignore Pain went through about 2 rounds of pretty bad nerfs. I think each time it got nerfed by 30%. So yeah, it was pretty bad times each time it got nerfed. Our active mitigation got nerfed, but that was baseline for everyone. Everyone got nerfed. Secondary stats got nerfed, but that was again for everyone. But yeah, there was quite a few things that really affected us, and the Ignore Pain nerf being nerfed twice really did hurt. You're gonna start on YouTube, that way you can save your videos as well. Nice, man. Get me a key and you'll heal my face off. Max, will you do it on Horde side too? But the tier 21 2-piece made the rotation so much more fun. I enjoy the tempo during battle cry. I agree, and that's why I think a lot of people slept on Prot Warriors. I think when we talk about having a 4-piece tier 20, 2-piece tier 21, I think a lot of people slept on the Prot Warrior. It's amazing. Yeah, the tier sets. Man, this run back. Alright, we're back. Let's take care of this guy. We can take care of this guy as long as it's just him. Let's just stay away from this elite over here. I don't mind pulling these non-elites, but not that elite right there. This area, since it's gated and you're not really supposed to be in here and doing all these things, it reminds me of the original Guild Wars, if you guys remember that. There was an area in the very beginning. You would hit level like 8 to 9 and you were meant to phase out of it, but there was this one area with a ton of enemies that were like level 12 that you were never supposed to really go in there and explore. And I was so stubborn. I would keep someone and max grind out mobs in the outside area. There was like a river drake that was a higher level, and try to go in there and try to clear as much of this trash as I could. And they didn't drop anything special. I was just really stubborn about being in an area that was higher level than me, and I wasn't supposed to go in there, and I was never supposed to loot them, but they never dropped anything useful. You'll roll Horde for healing? Perfect. Max, does that mean you're going to be Horde and BFA? I just want to hear Max say for the Horde while he's killing an alliance. Come on, Max. I believe in you. Coven Headmistress. That's why she's so difficult. She's part of Coven. That fight is ridiculous. F-no? Ah. Come on, Max. For the Horde. I know it's in you, man. I know there's like a torrent hiding in there somewhere, man. I know it. Alright. That guy didn't drop a damn thing. I don't think there's much else for us to do in here. This queue might take forever to pop. Would you guys want to see... Oh, that's an unfinished texture because I'm not supposed to be in here. Would you guys want to see Paladins? I know that they have quite a few changes. The Waycrest Manor. Not yet finished. Huh. Look at that. This is where it's supposed to be. Is this the edge of the map? Yes, it is. I can't go any further than that. I get the debuff. Nice. Fancy. Show the new DK talents. There are no new DK talents, unfortunately. The only DK talent that is changing is Spectral Deflection is getting removed or reworked. Not sure which one. It says not yet implemented to be determined. So they're either going to completely remove the talent point or change the way it works. Everything else in terms of talent points for Blood DKs is pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. And as far as abilities go for Blood DKs, the only thing that they're kind of doing is they're not removing anything, they're adding things. So if you remember the ability that when something was cast on you, oh, there's a guy in there. If you remember the ability on when something is cast on you, you would kind of absorb that magic ability and then be able to use it as well. That's kind of being replaced by this guy, Thoughtseize. What it's going to do is you can steal a magic ability from a mob, and then you can also throw it on a friendly target. So let's say you're doing Mythical Dan and you need to steal the Bulwark. You as a Blood DK can steal the Bulwark and you can either keep it or throw it on someone else. So there's that. That's one of the bigger changes in terms of abilities. And then also Death's Advance is now getting an on-use ability that you cannot be slow to more than or to less than 100% of your normal run speed. So Blood DKs have always had the mobility issues. So instead of adding mobility, what they did was they reduced the chances of you becoming immobile. So they kind of worked that in a different angle than you might think. So instead of giving you a sprint or another charge of Wraithwalk or something, what they did was they just made it so that snares aren't really an issue for you anymore. I don't think there's much else to do here. World first, we got it. For the Horde while we're rampaging through Kultiras. The Kultiras leveling zone, I don't know, I feel like this is a lot different than anything we've seen before. Uh-oh. How do I get up there? I want to get up here. I haven't been up here. Roll a healer and queue up. Yeah, I'm considering doing a paladin right now. That being said, would any of you guys want to see a paladin, or what type of healer would you guys like to see? I have experience with druid and paladin healing. I can't get to the lighthouse. Oh, here's the shark. Okay, I'm gonna let the shark get to me. So if you go past the map, oh, it's a giant landworm here. On water, it's a giant shark that comes up. I thought the tanks can't be snared and dazed. Correct. While running through mobs, sure. But when this applies even to mechanics. So let's say you're doing oh, here's one. Let's say you're doing Heroic Coven, right? Heroic Coven, you have the Ice Coven lady, and she throws that giant frost ball in the middle. That means that the most that the snare can affect you is 30% or 70% of your normal speed. So it can't snare you 50% of your run speed anymore or anything like that. Like, the most you can be slowed to is 70% of your run speed. So while we're not necessarily talking about dazes and anything like that in terms of the real world, we're talking about abilities that are meant to snare people. They're not really going to hurt you anymore. They won't hurt you anymore. Not in here, they won't. I don't remember. I think we were here. But yeah, there's a few areas we can't get to any of these two big islands. Disc Priest, Paladin Masterclass. I haven't played a Disc Priest in a very long time. So it seems like queue times are also better on Horde. So we'll make a Paladin. A Horde Paladin. And I can't pick allied races yet either. I mean, not that any allied race could be a Paladin, but I can't pick allied races. Alright, let's make a Paladin. Let's just do randomized. Alright, we'll queue up as Holy. Paladin Masterclass. Yeah, this is the Horde starting zone. Very Zuluman, Zul'Gurub vibe. A lot of lush jungles. A lot of the pyramids, a lot of the trolls. Let me swap over to Holy. Let me queue up. Alright. Also, shield and a one-hander, right? This one doesn't have... Yeah, I currently don't have intel. Yeah, they're giving Holy Paladins back the one-hander. Actually, we'll keep a little bit of crit. And these are strength one-handers. Okay. And as far as that goes, let's set a few of our key bindings here while we're queued up. We might get a party-wide buff. I actually haven't looked into them yet. Trying to set up my key bindings here like I have them on live. But let's see. Do we get anything new? It doesn't seem like it so far. No, we always got our taunt. I don't see anything new here when it comes to prop paladins. Infusion of Light is their Mastery Lightbringer, Heart of the Crusader. It's all here. I forgot what some of these key bindings were on my main. Let's see. We've got this guy. I remember this guy is here. I'm running this one on live because I have the Lay on Hands Legendary. Wouldn't to buy BFA Holy Paladins with no two-handers anymore? Yes, I agree. It's so weird. We'll do this guy. I'm very used to the shorter cooldown, although it's not going to be as short as I'm used to. What is it going down to? 7 minutes? We'll keep that. We'll do run this. I Here, let's do this. I like Judgment of the Light. It provides a lot of healing over time. And Beacon is also pretty nice as well. I could be running Beacon of the Lightbringer as well. We'll run this one. Try to increase our flashlight. Alright, let me do some key bindings here. I forget what's on. I forget what's on that button. Queued up, and it seems like, oh, we've already got a bunch of DPSers. All we need now is a tank. Great. Log off my tank. All we need now is a tank. Alright, let's see. We got this guy, we got this guy, we got this guy. Alright. Alright, it seems good so far. And let's do this. I think that's all of my key bindings. I don't remember what's on my on my 3. It could be an issue. Is there no more than 5 people playing at the moment? Dude, it doesn't look like it. Would I know if the Nightborn Racial +1 magic damage would work for rogue poison damage? I don't know off the top of my head, but it sounds like it should. Because it is poison damage. I would have to really... Let me see. Let me take a look at it. Mounts and racial abilities. I don't see why it wouldn't, but I don't know off the top of my head. I really don't. It seems like it says apply aura mod damage percentage to all. So I would imagine yes. That being said, I don't have logs to prove this. Doing old school, looking for tank in general. Let's see. Let me move this a little bit. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if everyone's just like, no, no one wants to do dungeons. Get out of here. I can't remember. I know this button right here, my mouse wheel down, was the artifact ability. But I really don't remember what's on my 3rd. I'd have to look at some footage. Why don't I join the /4 default Blizzard LFG channel? I mean, there's also this guy right here, right? So we've got this right here, and there's no one in here. And we've also got custom, and no one in here. But I should be in under 4. Join 4. Nope, it doesn't show up. Oh, there it is. Doesn't seem like we're gonna find someone. Yeah, but when I joined the LFG, PTR doesn't have a friends list. I'm not sure, but I don't have anyone who is currently online here. Nice, got some. Oh, these are not unlocked yet. I've got no unlocks, no transmog. But let's see. Oh, I need to definitely get the one mount that they give me in here. Oh, nice. Apparently they give me this one as well. Get me a key and I'll tank your freaking face off. The new BFA armor sets, they're not in here. Like, I don't think I can, let's see. Oh, here they are. Placeholder, plate head. Placeholder, plate shoulder. That's, nope. Seaweed shirt. Where's my chest piece? Why are there why are there these weird oh, because of Valentine's Day event. Got it. And brand new legs. So far the weapons are more the Zandalari ones, but the plate set seems to just be really focused on Coltiras, which is kind of weird. Mad Butcher's mallet, not bad. These are all older ones. Here it is. Here it is with the little anchor in it and everything. Solid Time, we're going to ask to show Holy Paladin as well. What a lucky day. Havoc, yeah, for the last 2.5 hours we were doing Blood DK, but we couldn't get a healer for our dungeon. This is interesting. These are interesting shields. Yeah, we couldn't get a healer for our dungeon, so I decided, that's fine. Let's roll a healer. But it doesn't seem like there's much going on. Yeah, it doesn't come as a full set either. Doesn't seem like there's now a tank. Now we're missing a tank. I, you know, put everything together, but still nothing. Yeah, all these sets don't show anything new. These are all the old sets. Classic Judgment set. Oh, we found a tank. All we need is DPSers. No one's responding in general chat or in LFG chat. But we found a tank. All we need is some DPSers. Let's also do this. Default UI. It's kind of interesting. Alright. Come on, DPSers. I believe in you. Can I go through Orgrimmar, type in /2 in trade chat? To get to Orgrimmar, you need to find a mage to open up a portal for you. Because your Hearthstone is set to wherever you spawn out here, Rivermarsh. So in order to get to Orgrimmar, you need to go find a random mage that's questing to open up a port for you. What is this? This is a hunter. Yeah, you need to find a mage. I actually never went this way. Can I even go this way? Oh no, it's gonna kill me if I go this way. No garrison, nothing. Nothing. You start brand new here. The area is dangerous. You don't tell me what to do, Blizzard? Oh man. Ah, Max. Oh, it sent me way further. Can I pick up the flight path here? I don't think I've unlocked the flight path yet. No, I have not. There's a quest to bring these guys back to life for the flight path. But it looks like people are dropping Q. So Unless there's anything else you guys specifically want to see. It doesn't seem like Holy doesn't have very many changes. What we'll do is we'll cut the stream here so that the VOD cuts, and then we'll do a little bit of Mythic Plus in live Legion right now. Is there anything else you guys would like to see before we end this alpha VOD? I have to stop the stream for about 5 to 10 minutes so that YouTube actually separates the streams and doesn't put them all under the same VOD. So we'll have to take a little bit of a break, and then we'll come back with Mythic Plus. But if there's anything you guys want to see in particular, I can load it up real quick. Like, I also have a Hunter, but Survival Hunter is so weird right now. They're trying to do a little bit of both. A little bit of melee, a little bit of ranged, a lot of bit awkward. But we did the Blood DK. We're going to dedicate full days to some of the other classes. So, Fire Mage might be coming up soon. Hopefully I can get a queue for that. But Fire Mage will be coming up and doing a lot of that damage. And Prot Paladin and Holy Paladin are going to get their own VOD as well. They can probably be split since I can't really quest as Holy too well. The Shakadin isn't as strong as it probably can be. You would like to be you to delete the Undead Warrior. Oh, man. Max, one day you'll be healing this Undead Warrior. You just watch. Alright. So we'll go ahead and end the VOD here. If you guys were just here for the BFA footage, thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. If you guys would like to come back, I have to let the VOD close for about 5 to 10 minutes. How come Blizzard keeps trying to make Survival Hunter happen while on an expansion heavily focused on Sylvanas? Why not just make the third Hunter a Dark Ranger? I think they just want it to be a little bit different. When you look at most classes, they have a very different specs. Like you look at monks, you have a healer, a melee, and a tank. You look at paladins, they have one of each. You look at warriors, they have a tank, they have 2 different DPS. And so I think what they're trying to do is add a little bit of variety. When you look at stuff like the Warlock, they have different specs in terms of one of them focuses on dots, one of them on pets. So I think for Hunters, they're trying to make it work so that they have one pure range spec, one based on the beast, on taming the beast and having them do things for you. And then the last one is the one that they really want to do a little bit of hybrid for. Because if they make it a Dark Ranger, it'll be like Marksman, except dealing magic damage. So Marksman might deal physical damage with aim shots, steady shots. This one would be magic damage, a magic version of that. So is it going to work? Eventually they'll get it down. Is it going to work for BFA? Who knows? It didn't work for Legion. So it could be a dead spec for a Legion again. Healing shins. They need to make him a tank. Make a Hunter a tank. Hunters. They'd be interesting to tank with. I think it would probably have to be with Beast Mastery and kind of getting your pet to tank and doing it that way. But it'd be really weird. Throwing owls at range. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's definitely weird. I tried it out a little bit yesterday, and I didn't pick up Glaive or anything. Glaive would be good for like the dungeon. I was trying to kind of pick my spec according to questing, so I could quest, but it's so weird. Really weird. I'll hop on right now and show you guys. No ammo. The Goblin. The only thing worse than an undead is a goblin. Alright, so we've got focus spenders and focus generators, right? So we've got Murder of Crows, and we've got Raptor Strike and Serpent Sting. All are going to eat focus. And then you have Kill Command is going to generate focus. And then you've also got things like Primal Instincts is going to help you kind of jump in and out of battle. It's really weird. Harpoon is going to generate focus as well. So let me find a mob. Find a mob. You open up with your poison. You jump in. You can kind of do your crow, and then you do your kill command, and then just raptor strike. If I were to be spec'd into what's the other one here? Mongoose bite. That would be a better version of raptor strike. It replaces it. So let me actually do that. Let's see. Let's see if that makes it any better. All right. So Mongoose is going to hit stronger than Raptor Strike was. So let's see. Again, let's start with our poison. Harpoon in. Then we get Murder of Crows. We can Mongoose, kill command, generate more focus, and then just keep Mongoose for that focus dump. And yeah, it's kind of weird. It's not bad. If I were to do an AoE pull, it would be I would throw my bomb in. And then I would be doing this guy right here, which is Whirlwind. Butchery, the Whirlwind. And then I could generate more focus all the time with Kill Command. You can do 2 different Wildfire Bombs. You can also have your Serpent Sting do a Cleave. That's another spec that you can pick up. So there's definitely an AoE spec, a single target spec. If you're going to be doing AoE, you also probably want Chakrams instead of Primal Instincts. Primal Instincts is so that I can jump in and out, right? So I can jump in and then jump out and do this again, like when that's over. It's interesting, but you get, you know, short-term buffs that are really going to help you out. Definitely a very weird spec. Maybe with a little bit of haste, things would kind of smooth out. Yeah, it's weird. I'm definitely not used to this spec, regardless of if we talk about live or alpha. Power leveling alt is nerf, just confirmed with your other tune. Nicolas, what were you running? Were you running RFC? How bad of XP was RFC? You got that point, who makes goblins these days? Unless you like to be a meme. Hey, it's for the alpha. I mean, I didn't know what else to make. I was like, I don't want to be a Tauren hunter. They're too big. Looks like a melee BM hunter. Kind of. You still get your pet. It's interesting. Kill command is going to be generating your focus, and so is Harpoon. So if you're running low on focus, you know, you're probably going to be using kill command, probably on cooldown, and then you can also Harpoon out or disengage out, Harpoon in, generate more focus. It seems it's really awkward because you're playing with your distance. And really, you're generating focus, and your only focus dump right now seems to be Mongoose, like keeping up your dot. But your dot, like, this thing lasts 9.9 seconds. There should be a way to extend these dot durations. It's kind of iffy. But then there's pandas too, so I guess Goblin is cooler than Panda. Nice. Why not give hunters pistols instead of giving them outlaw rogues? Seems like the last boss. Well, the last boss is Shadowfang. Also, one thing, you as a survival hunter, you do have a ranged weapon. You guys will see I take out a crossbow and shoot a bolt out of it. But I don't actually have a ranged weapon equipped. It's just a two-hander. And if I throw on my ranged weapon, so I've got this bow, you're going to see all my abilities get muted out. My abilities require a two-handed weapon. So as a survival hunter, you're not going to need to get more weapons. You're not going to need to go get a bow from a drop 2. But you're going to see here, I took out a little crossbow. You guys see that? Let me zoom in. Oh wait, I don't think I set my my key bindings for zooming in on this guy. Let me just take care of this guy and generate some focus. Generate some focus. Let me set my key bindings for the camera. Oh, I did. So you guys will see that I'm going to basically take out a cross. Oh, here it is. We've got it right here. See that? So I don't need a ranged weapon. I just kind of make one appear. It's interesting. Yeah, it's really weird. 60% their best run, single marbit, single mobs 80 points, 500 points at boss. Ouch. They really did nerf it then. I think stockades would be the ultimate test on that, but if you're only getting 60% per level in Ragefire Chasm, yeah, that really is very quickly addressed. That's interesting that they addressed it already. Alright. You'll test it when you get home for sure, Max. Max, do you multi-box? But I haven't tried any of the other hunters. Oh yeah, friends, got it. Explain the new changes to hunters' pets families. I don't know them too well. So I see that you can summon, it says like summon dog, summon turtle, summon stuff like that. But I don't actually know them too well. This is the mage I created as well, fire mage right now. But yeah, this is going to conclude the BFA alpha stream. We're going to come back in 10 minutes for the Mythic Plus stream. So if you guys want to stick around, then please go ahead and stick around. But I need to end the VOD for 10 minutes so that things kind of separate themselves. Alright guys, I'll see you in a little bit.